decision as early as possible. Okay, so today the topic I want to talk about today is RESP, Registered Education Savings Plan. Registered Education Savings Plan. If you are a permanent resident and you have children younger than 16, you want to listen to this conversation. Now, one of the things that I also like to explain is that if you have the right information, it helps you to make an informed decision at the correct time. They say time is money. So you want to make the right decision at the right time. So RESP means Registered Education Savings Plan. And this is important. You know, if you have children that are younger than 16, 17, your children are younger than 15, it is very important that you understand RESP, Registered Education Savings Plan. Okay, so there could be a situation where you're a temporary resident, but you gave birth to your child in Canada and the child is a citizen, the child has a valid social insurance number, you should still go ahead and open the RESP for your child. So let's talk about the benefit of having RESP for your child so that you can actually set it up for them. There are actually three major types of benefit that is added to your child's RESP. The first benefit is based on the fact that you opened your child's RESP at a particular time when your income is low. So I'm talking about the first benefit that you're going to get for your child when you decide to open your child's RESP as the parent. We call it Canada Learning Bond. So if you are coming to Canada as a permanent resident, whether you have a part-time job already or you're coming to Canada and you're still going to apply to jobs, you're doing minimum wage, or one partner is working, the other one is not working, or you're a single parent and your income is low because you are new in Canada and it's only survival job that you have. So far you have a permanent resident status and your child also has a permanent resident status, you should go ahead and open your child's RESP with as little as $0. Yes, when you open your child's RESP with $0, even at the particular point in your life that your income is low, right, you may be eligible for what is called Canada Learning Bond, which is $500 one-time payment. If in the consequent years your income is still low, maybe as a single parent or a couple, your child is also eligible for extra $100 every single year. But if you don't open your child RESP, you are not going to receive the Canada Learning Bond for that child. So that is why you need to open your child's RESP at the time that maybe it's not even in your bucket list. You're not interested in investing because your income is low and you're trying to build your career, you're trying to navigate getting a good job. But that time is the best time to open your child's RESP, Registered Education Savings Plan. Okay? Now, the second benefit is what we call Canada Education Savings Grant. And the government of Canada adds 20% to that plan based on what you have contributed. So you can only get Canada Education Savings Grant if you, the parent, contributed to their child's RESP, especially if you're receiving the Canada Child Benefit. So RESP is for kids younger than 16 and it is to support them for their education. Okay, so the money inside the RESP is not money you are going to take out to buy a car or take out to buy a house. It is for your child's education, post-secondary education, for college, for university, for if they decide to go to trade school, they can actually use the money from their RESP. So it supports them financially during that very important period of their life. Especially if you're a parent that you love to support your kids and you're already receiving Canada Child Benefit, setting up RESP is an option. Okay, so I've told you the about the first two benefits that could be added to your child's RESP based on the fact that one, you open the RESP for your child when your income is low as a parent. Number two is when you contribute to your child's RESP, there is a maximum contribution limit. If you contribute up to a certain amount, which is 2,500 per year. The government adds 20% to your child's RESP, and that also means you have actually grabbed free money from the table. The third benefit that could be added to your child's RESP is only for two provinces. So even if you are in those two provinces and you are not aware, then you have actually missed it. If you are in British Columbia specifically, you should open the RESP for your child even before they turn 6, right? Because the British Columbia grant is only paid into your child's RESP when your child is between 6 and 9. Once they are 10, they cannot receive that 1,200 British Columbia grant anymore. You have lost it, and you don't want that to happen. So setting up your child's RESP at the correct time is actually very important. I know a lady that almost cried when I told her that her child might not qualify for the 1,200 because she lived in British Columbia for some years, but she wasn't aware of the full details. So if you are listening to this, share it with your friends that live in British Columbia and you know they have children that are younger than 5. Let them know that they should open their child's RESP so that their child can qualify for the British Columbia government grant, which is 1,200, and BC only pays that amount into that child's RESP from age 6 to age 9. Once they don't open the RESP at that particular time, they are not eligible for the British Columbia government grant. For Quebec, your child is eligible for the provincial grant, which is around 3,600. So I've mentioned three benefits that can be added to your child's registered education savings plan. The first one is Canada Learning Bond. Canada Learning Bond, and it is based on the earning capacity of the parents. If it's considered, there is actually a threshold. If you are considered as a low income earner, whether a single parent or a single parent or a couple, and your income is below a certain threshold, your child is eligible for the Canada Learning Bond. Then the second benefit, the first one that I just mentioned, Canada Learning Bond, your child is eligible to receive it even if you open the RESP with $0. Okay. For the second benefit called Canada Education Savings Grant, your child is only going to receive that 20% extra government grant called Canada Education Savings Grant. If you contribute, if you don't contribute, you don't receive that. And then the third benefit from the province is called provincial grant, and it is only people that live in British Columbia that can get that benefit, and the child should be between 6 and 9. That is when they can get the British Columbia government grant. Okay, for Quebec, yes, open your child's RESP before they turn 15, right? And the Quebec government pays 3,600, not annually. Okay, it is prorated over a couple of years. So reach out if you have questions regarding your RESP or registered education savings plan. Registered education savings plan is for school. If your child was able to get a scholarship or decided not to go to school and proceed to something more in the sports space, maybe become a basketball player and they become so popular that they earn millions, so they don't need the RESP anymore. The money you have put into the RESP, the child can transfer it to another child if it's a family RESP, or the child can transfer it into their RRSP, right? So if you're looking for other types of investment that you can set up for your child now, and they can actually use it for other things, after school, buying their first car, buying their first property. So imagine your child is 1 month, 2 years, 1 year. As soon as a child is 2 weeks old, 14 days, you can set up the RESP for your child. So imagine the child is 1 month and you did set up an investment plan for your child, and the child is 21, 25, and you're celebrating a milestone birthday, and because you had an investment that they can use for after school, the child gets that gift, they can use it to buy their first car, they can actually use it to start their own real estate investment, or they use it to buy their first property. So if you are that type of parent and you want other investment options for your child, then feel free to reach out. Have a wonderful day. I hope you learned something today. Thank you.